Considering that I'm a huge fan of mascot horror, it was inevitable that I was eventually going to talk about this game. Puppy Playtime is a mascot horror game that features Huggy Wuggy as its mascot, and I'm going to be honest, I went into this game with some pretty low standards. I mean, the game literally has a merch link on the main menu, so I went in with the impression that this game was made solely to sell merch. That glow-in-the-dark Huggy Wuggy is terrifying. Anyway, let's jump into Chapter 1. Starting off, I really like the VHS-style intro cutscene in the beginning of the game. It introduces you to Poppy, and you find out that the doll is extremely advanced. I definitely want that in a horror game.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Poppy?
I'm a real girl, just like you.
Upon starting the game, you're greeted by the first major obstacle of the game, this door with a keypad. This puzzle does a good job at showing how cryptic this game can be, since the correct color combination corresponds with the colors of the train moving in the gift shop area. I spent a while trying to figure out what to do, and only figured this out because of a message I got in chat. That is a good observation. So green, pink, yellow, red? Are you serious? I would have never gotten that. In the room behind the keypad, you grab the grab pack and make your way deeper into the factory, and you find Huggy Wuggy. Considering that every YouTuber shares one brain cell, I decided to join the cool kids club and high-five the Huggy statue.
High five.
High five, buddy! Hey! High five, man. Let's go.
Ha. Get high-fived. Am I part of the cool kids club yet? In the next room, you're introduced to the first circuit puzzle of the game, and upon exiting, you realize that Huggy Wuggy has left. There was a statue here just a minute ago. I am shocked that the big scary thing decided to move. You saw that, right? I saw movement in that doorway. Oh boy, a dark hallway. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. You know, I think I should follow the sign and just go the other way. For the content, let's go. Bruh. Oh, fuck you. In the next room, you have to collect fuses to turn on the power to get the second arm of your grab pack. I decided to reference the first video on this channel and try to stack boxes to get back to the ledge, only to discover the big door that you're clearly supposed to open. Glad to see some things never change. I just spent a good chunk of my time trying to get up here, only to see a sign that just says, holla. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm trying to firmly grasp this box. I don't think it's working. There's a door. Open it. You're talking about this door? I don't think I can. In the next room, you're required to make a toy, and after you make the toy and use it to open the door, he's gonna come out that door. I sense it now. Oh, I am terrified. For the content. Bro. Bro, you can't. After escaping the demon and making your way to an area that looks oddly like a house, you make the decision to release yet another toy. I'm sure after being nearly killed by one, this is something that can only end well. Overall, I will say that Chapter 1 has a good atmosphere and a ton of mystery, but it feels more like a proof of concept rather than an actual game. I feel like the train puzzle in particular is a bit too cryptic for being the first puzzle of the game, but overall I found it to be enjoyable. The dark hallways and tiny vents really shine in this part of the game, and the chase scene is very well done. Considering I went into this game with some pretty low standards, I'm honestly fairly impressed by Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2. Chapter 2 starts where we left off, and we head deeper into the factory. Once again, this can only end well. Poppy is seemingly willing to help us escape and tells us to find the train, and once we do, she'll give us the train code. Because this is a helpful entity, it isn't long until she gets pulled into a mysterious hole. And being the generic horror game protagonist, we decide to follow. This can only end well. One thing I really like about Chapter 2 is that they give the grab pack new mechanics. The first thing is being able to swing across gaps using your long arms, and then you get a green hand that allows you to carry electricity through the factory. The puzzles in Chapter 2 are a lot more complex, and I really like this. One thing I will say is that during Chapter 1, I never felt like I was in any real danger while doing any of the puzzles, but that changes in Chapter 2 when we're introduced to Mommy Longlegs. Mommy kidnapped Poppy and is upset that Poppy was just gonna give you the train code without doing any actual work, so she promises she'll give us the train code if we play her games. I'm sure these games will be a ton of fun and not terrifying at all. I mean, we're only in an abandoned toy factory talking to a spider lady. What can go wrong? The first game is Musical Memory.
Bunzo will slowly lower towards you. When you complete a color pattern correctly, Bunzo will rise back up. When you input a pattern incorrectly, Bunzo will lower towards you faster. If Bunzo reaches you, your test is over.
Oh no.
The test will become more difficult as it continues.
Oh no.
In quicker succession.
Oh no.
That's all. Good luck.
Oh, I hate it already. Who would ever allow children to do this? The game starts off fairly easy, but soon becomes utter chaos. Being the first major puzzle of the game, I absolutely love it because you feel a sense of danger while doing it, and as I said, Chapter 1 really lacked any sense of danger up until the chase scene at the very end. After literally breaking the game, you make your way to the next game where there's another attempt to spook you with steam. But it didn't work on me this time. I know your trick, Steam. Or should I say your true name, Valve? The next game is Whack-A-Wuggy.
Around you are 18 sizable holes. An adorable Huggy Wuggy toy could appear out of any one of these holes.
No.
If one comes out, hit it with your grab pack. That's all. Good luck.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared. Once again, the game starts off really easy, but becomes utterly chaotic by the end of it. I'm getting the feeling that Mommy is trying to kill us. After finishing this game, we make our way to the next room and we see a pink Huggy Wuggy, and we have no choice but to go towards it. The pink Huggy Wuggy mysteriously vanishes, and I'm sure that this is a good sign that everything is going according to plan. The final game is Statues, which features a fucking eldritch abomination chasing you while you play red light, green light. Ha, you don't see me. Towards the end of the game, we find out that Mommy rigged it so we'd lose, as she did with all the other games, but we use our big brain and manage to escape. Mommy isn't too happy when we escape and gives GLaDOS at the end of Portal vibes.
Where did you go? Game is over. Come back and Mommy will give you the code. Pinky promise.
After some more puzzles, we run into Mommy, who is quite angry.
You cheated! I hate cheaters! Now, we're going to play one last game. It's called Hide and Seek!
At first, this part of the game seemed tense, but then I realized that Mommy didn't seem to be showing up anywhere. Mommy's sure taking her sweet time. I have regrets! This part of the game ends with an intense chase and Mommy gets pulled into some machinery, and we see a mysterious hand pull her away. This can only end well. I will say the chase segment with Mommy is so much better than the one with Huggy in the first chapter. There is so much tension while you're trying to escape, and I absolutely love it. I think part of the reason Mommy is so terrifying is just the fact that you interact with her throughout the entire chapter. It allows you to build some sort of connection to the demon, rather than it just showing up at the very end and saying boo. Poppy gives you the final train code and you can finally escape this nightmare of a factory. After getting into the train and entering the code, you can finally ride away into safety, until Poppy betrays you, causing the train to go off course.
I've never met anyone like you. Do you know how long I've been stuck in that case? Well, too long. I had so much time to think and reflect. Time to figure out exactly what I would do when free. We'll set things right. Terrible things have happened. But I know that whatever I need you to do, you're capable.
I think the moral of the story is never trust a demon that you released from a glass cage. After Poppy's monologue, the train speeds up and crashes, leaving us on a cliffhanger for Chapter 3. Overall, I love Chapter 2. It feels so much more fleshed out and complete in comparison to Chapter 1, and I really hope the developers continue this trend with the next chapter, which is expected to release sometime this year. As I said, I had pretty low expectations going into this game because, merch tab, but it more than delivered. The game has some very intense moments, and while the jump scares themselves aren't anything special, the horror in the game comes from the tension it creates, and it does a very good job at this. I can't wait to see where the game goes in Chapter 3. One thing I will somewhat criticize is the fact that this game feels like it was designed to get YouTubers to play it and make videos on it. Yes, Your Honor, I plead guilty to being part of this. Everything from the style of jump scares, which is great for a thumbnail, to the hidden and cryptic lore, make this game very marketable to YouTubers and their audiences. Is this necessarily a bad thing? I mean, I found the game to be fun and I'm genuinely excited to see where it goes next. And overall, I wouldn't call Poppy Playtime a bad game, but if I wasn't making a video on the game, I don't know if I'd go out of my way to play it for myself. Only time will tell if the game holds up or if it'll just be remembered as a YouTube gimmick. I will say, I love that this game incorporates YouTubers into the game through Jack being on one of the tapes, and Mark's birthday being referenced in an Easter egg. I think that's amazing. I hope you enjoyed my video on Poppy Playtime. If you did, be sure to subscribe. I also stream on Twitch every now and then, and a few of you came by to watch while I was streaming this game, and that was a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.